This season of Got Talent 2025 didn't just break records, it broke the internet. And the golden buzzer moments. They were so shocking, emotional, and downright unbelievable that fans are calling this the greatest season in the show's history. The 2025 season of Got Talent * has shattered every expectation, every boundary, and every emotional threshold viewers thought they had. From the very first episode, it was clear this season would not be like the others. The judges were tougher, the standards higher, and the contestants on an entirely different level. But above all the performances, above the opera singers, acrobats, comedians, and danger acts, stood the moments that sent the entire auditorium into a frenzy, the coveted, heart-stopping, if you don't want to miss our breaking news updates, subscribe right now. Confetti exploding * golden buzzers. And the 2025 season delivered some of the most unforgettable golden buzzer auditions in the entire history of the Got Talent * franchise. This year's golden buzzer moments weren't just exciting, they were emotional earthquakes. They were viral within minutes, dominating social media, trending worldwide, and sparking conversations that still haven't died down. These performers didn't just earn the golden buzzer, they earned a place in global entertainment history. Here's a deep dive into the * best golden buzzer auditions from Got Talent 2025 *, the stories behind the stars, and why fans can't stop replaying these jaw-dropping moments. Click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our breaking celebrity news updates. The first shockwave of the season came from an audition nobody was prepared for. A young street singer, barely 20 years old, walked onto the stage with the quiet confidence of someone who had spent their life performing to crowds that never bothered to look up from their phones. But when he started singing, a raw, emotional reimagining of a classic soul anthem, the entire room froze. Judges leaned forward, audiences held their breath, and the atmosphere shifted from casual curiosity to electrified awe. His voice carried a depth that felt decades older than him, filled with grit, heartbreak, and resilience. The moment he hit his final high note, the audience erupted into a roar. But what came next changed everything. One of the judges, driven by pure instinct, slammed the golden buzzer with both hands. The auditorium exploded in confetti as the singer fell to his knees, overwhelmed. That clip alone hit over 50 million views in just 48 hours, solidifying him as one of the fastest rising stars of 2025. But that was only the beginning. A few episodes later, the stage lights dimmed for what producers teased as a performance like no other. What entered the stage was a group of dancers who didn't resemble anything audiences had seen before. They called themselves the Rhythmic Shadows *, a fusion of contemporary dance, digital projection, robotic movement, and optical illusions that looked downright impossible. Their bodies bent, twisted, and dissolved into visuals that blurred the line between real and virtual. At one point, a dancer seemed to split into 3 copies of himself, each interacting with the projections in perfect synchronization. The theater gasped. People couldn't believe their eyes. Even the judges looked stunned, glancing at one another as if silently asking, "Is this real?" When the performance ended, the audience didn't just cheer, they screamed. One judge stood up, speechless, tears in their eyes, and just hit the golden buzzer without saying a single word. The confetti rained down as the group hugged each other, some crying, some laughing, all overwhelmed by the recognition. Fans are still calling it the most visually stunning golden buzzer in Got Talent * history. Then came the moment that the world still hasn't stopped talking about, the emotional, deeply personal audition of a mother who had nearly given up on her dream of performing. After dedicating her entire life to raising her children, she had shelved her talent, her voice, and her dreams. But 2025 was the year she decided to take one last chance. She walked onto that stage with trembling hands but a fire in her eyes. The judges asked her what brought her here, and she simply replied, "It's my time now." What followed was one of the most breathtaking vocal performances of the season, a heartbreaking ballad delivered with the kind of storytelling only someone who's lived through real life can offer. By the time she finished, many in the audience were wiping their eyes. Even one judge, usually known for being brutally honest, was visibly shaken. The golden buzzer hit the table with a thundering smack, sending her into tears as her family ran onto the stage to hug her. That moment wasn't just a golden buzzer, it was a global emotional reset. But the surprises didn't stop there. Mid-season, a young magician stepped onto the stage, carrying nothing but a deck of cards and an old notebook. Audiences expected a simple card trick. What they got was a full-blown mind-bending psychological performance that left everyone questioning reality. He made predictions that matched judges' most random thoughts, pulled drawings from thin air, and revealed secrets no one could fathom how he knew. At the climax of his act, he flipped open his notebook to show pages of predictions written months before the show, including the exact outfit one judge was wearing that day. The auditorium erupted in disbelief. And just when people thought the performance couldn't go further, he predicted, correctly, which judge was about to hit the golden buzzer. And right on cue, the button was slammed. Fans immediately labeled him the most impossible magician ever seen on Got Talent, and his audition became one of the most replayed performances of the entire season. Another unforgettable golden buzzer came from a group of young kids who called themselves the Future Drummers. These weren't just percussionists, they were thunder, rhythm, and explosive energy wrapped into a single unforgettable act. Their synchronized drumming lit up the stage with LED sticks, neon costumes, pyro bursts, and beats that made the entire room vibrate. Their timing was flawless, their creativity unmatched, and their stage presence something out of a stadium concert. The judges were smiling from the very first second. By the time the performance ended, it felt like the entire building was shaking. One judge stood on the table, shouting praise before smashing the golden buzzer in the most dramatic hit of the season. Fans claimed it was the most hype golden buzzer moment ever. And finally, the golden buzzer that ended the Auditions season with a bang, a quiet, shy teenager who walked onto the stage with a violin. No one expected much, just another instrumental audition. But within seconds of playing, jaws dropped. This wasn't just skill. This was passion, precision, and artistry woven together with flawless execution. The music soared through the air, powerful and cinematic, like the soundtrack of a blockbuster movie. Halfway through, her violin lit up with built-in LEDs, creating a mesmerizing display of color that matched the mood of the music. By the final note, the audience was screaming. A judge slammed the golden buzzer while yelling, "You were born for this." Fans around the world agreed. By the end of the 2025 Auditions season, one thing became clear: this was a year of legends. These golden buzzer moments weren't just performances, they were emotional experiences, viral sensations, and cultural events. From singers and dancers to magicians and musicians, Got Talent 2025 * delivered some of the most iconic auditions in the franchise's history. And if the auditions were this powerful, fans can only imagine what the live shows will bring. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe Talent Zone Updates YouTube channel for more update news. What was your favorite moment from the show? Let us know in the comments.